installing the Boomba bypass valve and the GrimmSpeed boost control solenoid. First matter of business, let's get the car in the air. Wanted to show some of you guys these. I used to have kind of the higher ramps, plastic ramps you get from Walmart. Once I got that front lip, it was just hitting on those. Found these lower profile ramps. I believe they're on GrimmSpeed. What's cool about these is they come apart in the center. So once you have them up on the ramps, you can remove this portion, then get your jack stand under there, or get a jack under there to get it up higher. Now, in the past, I'd had trouble. So you have these factory pinch points as the jack location. I had trouble getting the full-size head of the jack in there, and especially at the base of the wheels of the jack, and then getting the jack stand in there as well. So rather than using those points to use your jack, I found that you could also use this structural piece. So it's just behind the metal skid plate, and lift the whole front end up that way. So let's get the rest of the plastic skid plates off, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so we got the plastic shields off from underneath the car, along with the metal skid plate. So here, all of this is your boost control. Controllers up there, and the whole assembly is the turbo inlet assembly. Everything kind of comes together. So that's a charge pipe going up. Intake. So back here is where it's going to be replaced with the Boomba bypass valve. So this factory bypass valve does not hold very much pressure. So it's a lot of lost potential boost pressure there. And then the GrimmSpeed boost control solenoid is going to be up there. So it has these vacuum tubes coming out of it with this T section. So one's going to the turbo, then one's going back there to the internal wastegate. The GrimmSpeed one is just going to replace that T junction with two direct lines, one to the turbo, one to the wastegate. So let's see if we can get that whole assembly out. Okay, started disconnecting everything. Here is one of the lines. So that white plastic piece goes in here, and there's electrical connection that also connects onto that. You can get a screwdriver behind this electrical piece when it's attached there onto the metal sliders. So get the flathead screwdriver behind that, slide it up, get that line off. Then we have another line next to it. Just need to take that one off. Bypass valve. I have the vacuum line disconnected off the nipple there. Then there are two 10 millimeters on each side of this, connecting it to the turbo. Then there's also an electrical connection. Where'd it go? Okay, so it's that guy. And it goes up there and connects in. All right, let's get this assembly out. Okay, just to show you again, so this triple pipe here that we're discarding, just kind of get another angle at it, up to the factory boost controller. So these are all already taken off, of course. Then that one was connected to the turbo, and this one going back to the wastegate. So that part is coming out. And as we disconnect from the turbo, I got the first 10 millimeter out. Also up here on the charge pipe, loosen that worm gear clamp, and that's connected to the factory bypass valve. Then we should be able to pull this piece out. All right, man, we got the assembly off. That's a factory bypass valve. and the boost controller. So let's look at the goodies. What did we get? GrimmSpeed. Some extra hosing and some zip ties. And the Boomba. If I can get that out with one hand. I'm really excited for both of these. So this guy's just going to replace up here. They say you have to trim on the plastic about 1/4 inch to get this guy to fit. For those that are used to bottoming out, if you know what I mean. This guy's a little dirty. We'll get it cleaned up and we'll get those two pieces placed here on this turbo inlet assembly. Okay, we got the assembly cleaned up a little bit. Dried off. So, as you can see, where's my stock bypass valve? This guy goes in about that deep. I don't know why the aftermarket one is different, but as you can see, it doesn't go in as deep. So the instructions I've seen said trim about 1/4 inch off the top of that, so we'll get to that in a minute. The GrimmSpeed boost controller. So here they have this line already plumbed. I'm going to put some zip ties on there. Won't hurt, might as well. Better safe than sorry. Untangle the wiring. It's quite a long harness, actually. And then we'll put a zip tie on the other side too. Pretty tight. Trim it up. Boom! Okay, so let's see how this goes on here. So this one's got a rubber gasket. It's going to be going in there. So that, just going to pop in there. Then it had its own included screws that thread a little bit, so carefully put those on. And don't screw them too tight or else you might crack some of the plastic. So we'll get those screwed in and we will also trim a portion off of this. Let's go back to these friends. That'll be a lot easier than using this guy. What do you think? Okay, I got that trimmed off. This is kind of soft, so I did use the PVC pipe cutters, and it kind of did give me a funny angle, so I did have to smooth it out a little bit with the bigger razor. So, let's see how it fits. Turbo side, so this will go in this way. Seems pretty good. Yeah, and that's not going to waste any of that boost pressure. See if I can get the clamp on. All right, looks good. We got the whole turbo inlet assembly all back in. Here's our boost controller. Our center connection on it goes down to the turbo. We zip tied on each end. They gave us 4 little zip ties. This side routed this way goes up to the internal wastegate. Hell yeah. Also, they gave you an extra piece of vacuum hose on the Boomba so it can extend up to that existing location. All right, we got the Boomba bypass valve and GrimmSpeed boost controller installed. Stay tuned for the next episode here shortly. We're going to be doing the header as well. So remember, like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.